Hey there, fellow tubers. Today we're going to take a quick look at Ascend, a Hand of Cool for PC. It just released on Steam as free-to-play on the 20th, so pretty fresh out of the box. As you can see here, it still says it's in beta, but before we get started with anything, I kind of want to give you a little bit of a rundown of the game and what I'm going to be covering. So first off, I want to cover kind of a tutorial-esque kind of approach. There's not really much information in the game about what the heck is going on. You know, there's some combat tutorial, there's some like the use key tutorial and that sort of stuff, but in terms of the rest of it, like how one ascends to pledge allegiance to their god, how and like why and when it is a good idea to do that, and what happens when you do that and that sort of stuff, there's really not much. So my friends and I have kind of figured most of it out by trial and error. But before we get started, let's just take a look at the help and options section. Can't speak today apparently. So if we look under, let's go under how to play, and just looking at the basics here. Here you've got a little bit of basics, and talking about how to align yourself with a god. So in the game you play a warrior, a chaos warrior, C-A-O-S, not C-H. But you have one of three gods you can align yourself with: the god of light, the god of dark, or the void god. And you pick your alignment right off the bat when you create your character, and you can continue to align your hero with a god by ascending to that god. You can also swap up alignment, so you can mix and match or stick with one. So let's talk about Ascension before we get on to who the gods are. Ascension is something that the game recommends you do every 5 levels, and I didn't do it in my first 5 levels. I did it at level 9. One of my friends did it at level 15, and definitely do it at every 5 levels. What it effectively does is wipes your character's gear. You keep the same spot in the storyline, but you get a boost from ascending to your god. And after you ascend, there's a level cap on when you can ascend the next time. So if you ascend once at level 5, you have to then reach level 10 before you can do it again. If you ascend at level 10, you then have to reach level 15, at 15 and 20, and so on like that. Now when you ascend, you get to keep one legacy item that is transferred to your new character, and the rest of your items kind of become dust. Supposedly having better items on your hero when you ascend makes your buffs from your god stronger. I'm not sure how true or not that is. We can go over that when I actually show you Ascension, but it might be worthwhile, and this is what I did, was just selling all my items or whatever I could before I ascended. Let's look briefly at alignment. So you have the dark god, the light god, and the void god. The dark god, as you can see here, they're really damage focused. They don't move or attack very fast, but they focus on packing a big punch and are good at AoE damage. That also means that's kind of what their spells are geared towards. I myself play light. Light warriors get bonus to movement speed and attack speed. You know, they're good at kind of like roguish style attacks apparently. You know, stunning your opponents, controlling them, locking them down, and destroying an individual enemy, whereas they're a little bit less effective at destroying masses of enemies. Now the void alignment is not really either of those. It seems to be, I haven't played it, but from the description it seems to be a bit more of a crowd control, mage-ish style melee fighter. Now all these heroes, characters, what have you, these chaos warriors are all melee, but you kind of can gear your gameplay based upon how you want to play via your alignment. Weapons and gear, you'll figure that out. You know, get weapons, get gear, get better. Spells, you can use your spells, and such. So left click is your basic melee attack, right click is a power attack, E is kind of your all-purpose use key. It's either for finishing moves or opening a treasure chest or entering a dungeon or anything like that. Spacebar is a dash, which can be both used offensively or defensively as a dodge. And to block an incoming attack, you just press and hold the left shift. This doesn't seem to have a timing element. You can kind of walk around slowly, constantly blocking. Alright, so before we actually jump in and play Ascend, and before you start creating a character, I want to mention another important point of interest. Souls are the currency in this game, and since this game is free to play, there is a cash shop in the game that is a place where you can buy the in-game currency with real money. I don't know how much it's going to break the game. There's limited ways you can interact with other players. There is like a form of full-fledged PvP, which is really more like dueling, and then you can also affect other players' gameplay, and they can affect yours. And I'll go into that a little bit later. But in terms of starting off, you get, when you create a character, you have a 3,000 or so of these souls, which you can buy gear with. When creating that character, I would recommend using the free armor gear. You don't take very much damage in the beginning of the game, much like any other RPG. It would be worthwhile buying a decent weapon, maybe the next tier up from free. I don't think you need to blow your whole wad into a weapon. The big problem I run into this game with is really the souls, their currency. You can buy items for them, but you churn through souls at an insanely fast rate based upon repairs. Whenever you find an item, it's usually almost destroyed, so if you want to equip it, you have to repair it as well. Not only are the repairs from the items you find expensive, but your armor doesn't get damaged too quickly, at least not in the beginning, because it's not that hard to not get hit, and you're kind of blowing things up pretty fast. But as you progress, and particularly relating to your weapon, the repair cost gets really, really high, really, really quick. It almost seems like every swing you take with a weapon, your durability is dropping. And I'm all for finding ways to take in-game currency or whatever, gold out of the game, so you don't just stockpile it or anything like that. But this almost seems like you don't break even. It almost seems to the point that you lose souls faster than you can really generate them, and I'm not sure if that's intentional or not, if that's how they plan to make money on the game, is by saying, here, we're going to let you get stuff, but we're going to break it so fast you've got to spend real money, because it's almost impossible to keep up with your expenditure rate. Now, I haven't gotten very far in it, so it's possible that as you get a little bit farther into the game, the loot becomes a whole lot better. They even say as dungeon difficulty scales up, the loot becomes better. So I would imagine that that's probably true to some degree. Where this is particularly relevant in character creation is, like I said, you have the opportunity to kind of purchase what gear you start out with, and I recommend purchasing maybe the next tier up weapon, but I would not recommend purchasing the top tier weapon you can afford. Chances are it's going to start breaking, and you're going to lose durability faster than you can earn souls to repair it. You could always throw some money at the game and buy a one-hit win weapon, but I don't think that's going to do you very well, because you're probably not going to be able to repair it after the first time it breaks. So keep that in mind when you're creating a character, and let's jump in and take a look. So first things first, when you get into the game, this is how the game looks. It's like many RPGs. You get little notifications about the store. So while I have the inventory screen up here, let's talk about inventory for a little bit. This game was initially rolled out to be on Xbox, and so the inventory is very easily managed from just a few buttons here. And the inventory eye contains everything, including the map. So if you go to the map, here's your current position, and then here's the map around you, and you can switch regions and such. So you can use little hotkeys like the comma and the period to switch. You can also use it by clicking. But basically, you've got the store where you can buy different items. Here you can see the soul count, 10,000, yada yada. Inventory. Inventory is a little confusing, because normally you would think, okay, go to inventory and scroll down. As you can see here, my helmet is being displayed, and then you have the sale items below. Where the hell's the rest of my gear? I have more than just a helmet on. So that's right up here. On this little skull tab, use these little arrows, or keys, not really arrows, but these little scroller options to scroll through your inventory. So now I'm on my chest plate, scroll over gauntlets, boots, weapons. So here's my weapon. This was the weapon I started out with, was the glaive. This is the weapon I've found. Luckily it's pretty good. I've upgraded it once. Speaking of upgrading weapons and kind of in tune with repairs, for a while, until you pretty much upgraded your weapon, it's really more cost beneficial to upgrade and repair. So how you do that is by clicking on the enter button. You can see I can hit repair, I can add runes to it, or I can upgrade and repair. So upgrading and repairing, while it's a little bit expensive, like let's see, so 4,500 souls versus, let's see what just the regular repair is. The repair, 501 souls. Okay, so no, on some of these better items, it is not necessarily more cost beneficial. On these items, the really low starter items, it was very cost beneficial to upgrade and repair. It was maybe, 500 more souls to also up the tier of your weapon. So that was, I would definitely recommend doing that. If you find a good weapon, apparently repairing is much cheaper. But you scroll through your inventory here. You can look back at runes and different boosts you can purchase, and now we're back to Helm. Spells, this is where you contain all your spells, and then the next tab is where you contain curses. So not to get into this too much right now, curses are something, they're a spell you can use on other players. So when you're playing around in the world here, you don't immediately run into other people. You can't interact with them or necessarily trade with them that I found yet. They're kind of in another, in another void, another ether, another dimension. So you can see them, but you can't interact with them. The only way you can interact is by summoning curse spells. Actually, that was a crusade spell. My apologies. But you find curse spells throughout the game, and when you summon them, normally they will make a little totem or something, a little portal, and they'll summon enemies in the person that's nearest you in their dimension, and those enemies will attack them. And it doesn't seem to give you anything. I've killed somebody with it before, and I didn't get any souls. I got to troll that guy for a bit, so I don't know what the beneficial aspect of it is other than just the fun factor. And Crusade, the Crusade tab is where you will ascend to your next level, to service your gods. And every time you ascend, you get a little emblem, and this emblem increases, as far as I know, only so far a passive element. I've only gotten one, and it increases my movement speed by 5%. And as you can see here, the next level requirement I have to meet before I can ascend again is 14. So I think I've got a little ways to go. Yeah, I think I'm level 6 now, so got a little bit of time to commit. But having looked at that, that's the inventory page. Not super difficult once you get a run through, but for the longest time I cannot figure out how to view the other pieces of my armor. So while we're sitting here, let's take a look at how you combo attacks together. With your character, WASD are to kind of your general directional move, and then you can also use your camera as you're moving to turn, so you can, use different things. Here's an example of a person that's in another void. They just disappeared, but that's them. You just kind of see them glowing. Certain colors are for certain gods. Red's for the dark god, blue is for the void god, and yellow is for the god of light. So let's take a look at combos here. Left click is your basic attack. Right click is a power attack, which goes through an enemy blocking. And you can combo them with different combinations. So left right is a 1/stab. Left left right is that kind of a move. I think there's 3 lefts and 1 right. 4 lefts and 1 right is like a kind of dash forward, and these all change up depending upon what your primary weapon is. Okay, there's only 4 maximum, so that's that. Oops, let's get off the rock here. Right click once, right click twice, and 3. And as you can see here, the E key is, like I said, the universal use key. Another thing you can use is with a dash, the space bar. You can use that offensively. So dashing forward and into people does a little bit of damage, knocks them back. You can also use it if you were, say, fighting here and blocking and wanted to dash away. You could do that too to avoid a spell or an attack from a boss. So here's the blocking animation. You just kind of put your guard up and that's it. And things hit you and it goes ching. Another thing to be aware of that I didn't find out until a little bit later, but it's really effective. So when you're fighting someone, you can dash and right click to make a power sweep. You can dash and left click to backslash or stab depending upon what you're using. However, you can also hold shift, so you stay in a constant block stance, and then I can left click out of that and I will dash forward. So while holding shift, blocking, instantly do a counter attack. And then you can let go of shift and attack from there. So block and attack, shift, charge forward, counter, attack. Block, charge forward, counter, attack. Whoops, I broke a wall. But yeah, that kind of stuff. So if you're in a tight spot and looking to kind of stun people, you can charge, stun, shift, block, stun, blah, and kind of make mincemeat out of them. Very useful for dueling. Most of the people I've kind of dueled with have been pretty rudimentary and not that good. Alrighty, so let's start to get into some of the gameplay elements of this. As you can see here on the right hand side, like most RPGs, you have the quest log. And then on the mini map you've got a little star blinking to where you should go. I don't know what this is. Okay, I think that's actually one of my altars that I converted. Another thing to keep in mind, down at the bottom right you see my spells. You press F to cast your spells and scroll wheel to switch up and down. When you can cast your spells and they, automatically recharge. They don't cost anything to use. As you go through the game, you get little tutorials for a while. I haven't gotten past them yet. They kind of tell you what you're supposed to do. So, cults of humans inhabit these cliffs, worshipping the Titan with blood sacrifice. Bring them to the light. So I'm guessing that means I will come upon a fight. Hope it's not so brutal it sends me quite a fright. These are little humans down here below you. And let's see if I can get them to jump on me. So they can jump on you and they'll attack you. As you see, it says press X to shake the humans off, and you press R to stomp them. You can also call humans to you that are under your control. Trying to get the execute attack to show you guys is kind of a cool thing to see. Yeah, humans, get off me! Don't you know I'll grind your bones to make my bread? So here's some little event. Oh, I gotta level up. Yay! Let's see. I like the execute thing. The finish. Oh, here we go. So this little finishing move gives me more experience. There's some of them that are a lot cooler. It restores health, so it's really nice if you can use it in combat. I've just noticed it's ridiculously hard to use. I don't know if the gameplay's mechanics are just laggy enough that by the time I see that thing is up, I'm already in my next attack. There we go. Okay, I can stomp on him, execute him that way. See, I got some health back. Stab him. See what I can hit this guy with. By the time you kind of see him coming, you're generally in your next phase of attack, which kills it because they're usually so low. Pop. Usually so low on health that really one hit's going to kill him. So it's really cool, but it's a little hard to time right. Let's check out wave 2. Okay, it's slightly more difficult, guys. Not that difficult. Let's see let's do a spell here. There's my little spell. Kick him. Let's charge these guys. Attack. Let's stun this one. Stunned him. So there you go. You kind of see how you can use your spells a little bit. Get some life back here. Wham. Refilled my health. I think these guys might be thinking about summoning people on me. I'm not sure. Okay, destroy this. It explodes. Let's go loot this chest over here. One thing about the chests and like the interaction in this game, so as I'm in the inventory screen here, the rest of the game around me has stopped playing. So I'm essentially safe. Nothing's going to happen to me. Nothing's going to kill me. One thing this kind of brings to concern for me is with dungeons. You can grind through the dungeon, but you can also just sprint through the dungeon and grab all the chests, because when you open it, as you see here, everything around me is paused. I'm not going to get killed, anything like that. So when you're looting, you have a few options. You can either sell it immediately, equip it, or keep it in your inventory for later. This is crap compared to what I have, so I'm just going to sell it. I was lucky enough to find a pretty good weapon early on. But with the looting and the pausing the game, obviously it's definitely geared for Xbox that way. But I'm not entirely sure how well it's going to play out on PC, because you can just sprint through a dungeon. Why kill anything? Alright, so I'm not sure if this is the guy I'm supposed to kill. Oh, I guess so. Okay, Blood Eater Shaman. The enemy's here. Release Ftanga. Shake up. Why are there more humans on me? Where do those guys come from? Just run over them. So let's see if I can get an attack. Oh, okay. He's trying to block. Gonna jam away from him. Stun him. Get a little combo. Okay, I thought I was going to be out of that one. One thing I'm not... God damn, these humans are pissing me off. See, there's a block. Oh, that was not a block. So you might see me die here. I've not fought this guy before. And since I've just descended my... God damn, these humans are kicking my ass. Block, okay. So, let's counterattack. Block. Ooh, that really hurt. Alright, so you're witnessing death. Let's see what happens. And... nothing? I just respawn? Okay. I guess when you die, nothing happens. There's no loot penalty or anything like that. So I go on to die a few more times, and I figured I would spare you guys the endless grind to getting nowhere. It turns out you can't really stand up and just, you know, block and then counterattack the boss. You've really got to, at least I had to really kind of play a little bit lamer sense of the boss fight mechanic of, you know, running around, doing opportunity attacks, especially when my stun spell is up, running away till it comes back up and re-engaging. So cutting out all the junk in between, the video coming up, or the portion of the video coming up now, is the actual successful boss fight. So take a look at how I was able to kind of use the kiting mechanic to my advantage. Oh no, the humans are back. That's like the thing I wanted least out of all this. See if I can kill them quickly before anything else happens. Oh, did you get to be a higher level? Okay, I think I've killed most of them. Those humans suck, man. They're not hard, but they're just constantly pecking at you. Let's dish out a combo, run away. See if I can hit him with that combo and then run off with the sprint. Got him. And that wasn't really a combo, I pecked him. Like, ha! Dink, your turn. Tag, mother trucker, you're it. So let's see if I can charge him, stun him. Combo, run off. Swing, swing. 2 swings. If I weren't recording, I've wasted a lot of time just dying on this guy, but you know, maybe you'll want to see it or not. Whew, almost got caught up. Fucked up my combo initiation. I would love to use my other spell just because it's cool, but I don't trust that it's gonna hit him and stun him before he hits me and clobbers me. 2. Okay, 2 of those. So it looks like I can charge attack and then stun him before he can get his combo off. So charge, up. Ooh, got it. He hit me still, but it didn't knock me down. I was still able to dish out damage, which is ultimately what I want. Oh, I swear he got harder. Last time I saw him, I'm pretty sure he was level 7. Just block just in case. No, okay. Stun. Attack. Run away. When I was younger, I used to hate this sort of boss fight, and right now this is being pretty boring, but I like boss fights where you actually have to kind of figure out what to do as opposed to just get gear that's good enough and kill him. Like, I think the Diablo series, like Diablo 2, would be a perfect example where there's not a whole lot of skill involved, it's just the better gear you have, the better you do, so farm endlessly for gear. Whereas here, I've got a decent weapon and my armor sucks. Ooh. That was a close race. I almost lost. Part of the problem is every time he hits you for what? That hit me? All right, no more of these risky charge businesses. I'd like to not fight this guy again. So we got about, depending upon your combo and your weapon and whatever passes you have, it looks like you generally might have enough time to get between three to four solid hits on him before he attacks you. Maybe there's 3 and then the 4th power hit and then I'm out. Yeah, 3 to 4 hit combo on him before he turns and starts stomping on you. And apparently, like, you know, okay, he's got low health, I've got half health. I should be okay. He's one-shot me for more than this health before, so I'm not inclined to believe that I'm out of the woods yet. Got him, I think. Okay. What the heck? So, I killed him, as you all saw. Now, I'm not sure why that didn't take. I'm not sure if he's got like a set number of lives. Pretty sure I'd captured the village. Maybe assuming I can't cross that black stuff. Guess we'll just kill him again and find out. I could be doing damage with my dash if I darted past him, but I don't trust the mechanics yet enough to be like, yes, I can get out of this and do damage and not get destroyed. So we're going to be taking this real slow. Oh, hit a wall. Sorry, wall. One, 2, 3, and combo power. Dart away. So notice this whole time he's got like 3 health bars, whereas I've got no health bars, or just the 1. And that doesn't seem fair. So I guess you just have to literally chop him down like this. As you notice, the people that were trying to kill him earlier have all disconnected. So I don't know if they all got stuck on him and figured they couldn't do it and just got pissed off and peaced out. But that's what it's looking like so far. 1, 2, 3, toe poke, and dash. It's gotta be one of the most boring boss fights in the history of gaming. Except for maybe like Pong. Bing, 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 bing. Ooh, what's gonna happen next? Okay. Okay, that's what I didn't want to get hit by. Glad I did not get super aggressive. As much as I could kill this guy, I'm pretty scared of him. Oh! Okay. So it doesn't tell you, but if you press E, which is your execute button there when he's at low health, you will jump up on top of him and use your God-given dagger and kill him. So that's why I didn't do that first time. So yeah, use your God gift and kill the thing. Yeah, kill the ogre, mighty beast. You will find the easiest way for, okay, convert more. Okay, and I got 100 souls, which I don't think will cover the repair costs. Let's check what's in these chests. Ooh, that's cool. Probably expensive as hell, but I will put it on. This right here is a little lore shrine, so you just press E on it, you read it, and it unlocks a lore slot. So I'm assuming there's some sort of reward for all that. Let's take a look at how much it's going to cost me to repair this bad boy. I've got like super antlers here. Fine onslaught helm of structure. Upgrade and repair. I'll do that. Cool. Now I look like, I don't know, whatever I look like. Alright, village is up this way, so let's go capture a village so you guys can all see what that is. Ooh, first let's get this chest. Crap, sell it. It's not really crap, it's just this one I found was better. Wow, humans everywhere. Smush. Does that kill them? So dashing, you can dash over them. On Dasher, on Blitzen, on Donner, on whatever the reindeer's names are. Damn it, fucking die! Okay, why am I stuck at 98? Oh, there we go. Alright, you're seeing me kill these things, right? Smush, 99. Smush, 99. Maybe this is the last guy I've got to defeat? Okay, no. There. Desecrate the altar. So this right here is how you spread your god's dominion, right? So now the god of light's persuasion is spreading out from the altar. So I've converted the land to me, and now the humans are mine. Village elder, you killed a Fatanga shaman, maybe stronger than people. Yeah, great. Cool. Another kind of funny thing, yeah, humans are essential towards the Titan. The more faith they have, more power, blah blah. Another thing that's kind of comical with humans, there's not many of them left, but you can call them on you and take them to battle. So you hold C and you shout and they climb up you. And if I remember right, okay, R is still stomp. What is the throw? Okay, that's not it. You can eat them and throw them. It's in the tutorial. I can't remember what the heck the buttons are. Guess I could check. Controls. That was not what I wanted. Key bindings. Eat is T, throw is U. Okay. So I have two humans. I can show you both. Eat, chomp, and then throw is U. So here we go. Got my little cursor. Let's see if I can hit the house with him. Wham! So I guess you can use those in combat to either replenish your health when you eat a human, or throw them. So I suppose if you brought lots of humans to that ogre fight, you could just chuck humans at them. But I haven't really found out where there's a ton of humans yet.